Now, hey everyone, this is Rush, and I'm joined today by Seth Bowden Gaming, who has volunteered to be our guinea pig for testing out our training system for taking new bros through Abyssal content. I'm in a hook bill, which will, in a group of 3, clear up to tier 4s. Seth is in a Kestrel, which is very, very whoppable. It's like a 1.7, 1.8 million fits ballpark, and you can clear T1 Dark in it, but you're going to die very consistently because it's just a training tool. And it's supposed to be very, very accessible and very, very replaceable. The hook bill I'm in is around 20 million or under, and can definitely solo T1s reliably. But it's a little cost a bit more, so you want to take something cheaper in there a few times. Maybe you don't go by yourself. Frigate Abyss is meant for up to 3 players, so when you're trying to run in duos or solo, you need to be flying and doing something that helps compensate for that. So we're going to use these calm dark filaments that you need 3 of them, regardless of pilot number. So if you're going to solo, duo, or trio, it still takes 3 to activate. So I want to pop these here, hit the activate button. You're going to see something pop up on your overview called the Abyssal Trace. I'm going to hop through it and hit my activate button. Whoever goes through first is effectively going to be tanking. So as I start jumping through, I'll say, hey Seth, go ahead and jump on through. Now he'll activate his trace and he'll be 3 to 5 seconds behind me. And that will allow me to tell the person who's newer to it what the room is going to contain and give them a little bit of a kind of like a marching orders or a plan of attack for the room. Almost every room has the same basic plan, but this is one of the exceptions. This is lucky. So we've got a Battleship, Seth. We told you before what to do with this. This is a strikingless shack, so it's a damage-based. There are starving versions. Let's lock this up and start firing. So you see loot cans here that have 3 reds. We're looking for the bio-combative, or bio, I call it the bio. I can't say the whole word, but anyway, the point is, once you get near the battleship, you dive it, get right on top of it, get underneath its guns, and it won't do any damage to you. Notice how my prop mod stays on the entire time. The Kestrel is capped stable, so you turn the prop and the repper on full time. That way it's less management for the new bro. They just have to pay attention to their manual piloting. So what Seth and I both did is we flew at the battleship at an angle. Once we got underneath about pretty much anything under 20k. See how fast that battleship died, by the way, Seth, compared to the ones we saw before? So Seth is now going to move to the gates. He's going to move to the gates and hold while I pop the loot can and grab the loot. A T1 Dark is going to drop about, I don't know, roughly, time of this vid, maybe 1.5 million on average. Maybe a little bit underneath that. But the idea is almost every can is going to reship that Kestrel pilot. So it's going to be very friendly for them to remain very, very accessible in the content. Because I'm talking, I'm not managing my prop mod very well, so give me a second to get onto this loot can. See what's inside of it here. There we go. Alright, pulled 2 million from this one, so that reships the ship that Seth is in. I'm going to burn to the gate and hop it on contact. What that means is I'm going to jump the gate as soon as I get in range. I'm going to pulse the prop mod, which means turn it on, turn it off. Now, these Abyssal sites are 3 rooms of contents, and so we've cleared room 1. There's a red timer up here. It took us less than 2 minutes to clear the first room. You're basically, because it's 20 minutes, you're on a timer for about 6 minutes and 20 seconds per room on average. Next up, Seth, we have a 3 frigate room. This is the first time Seth has seen the 3 frigate room, or just a room full of frigates. So basically you will anchor on the gate at 10k. Anchor on the gate at 10k. Orbit, yes. Orbit is anchor. So anchor on the, well yeah, or anchor I guess could be just like following somebody or whatever at distance, but yeah. Orbit the gate at 10k, keep your prop mod on, lock up the frigates and blap them. I'm getting yellow box, so I presume they're primarying you. All 3 are striking Domovic, so apply damage to the one that gets hit first, and just burn it down. I'm bouncing off some rocks, so cool. And then we'll look for the bio, which is there. When this Domovic dies, I want you to select the next target while I pop the loot can. Alright, so this will be room 2. 3 frigates will die relatively quickly. It's important that you stack your damage on the same target. These being Triglavian ships, they are going to cycle their weapons over time to deal more damage each cycle, or each volley of their weapon firing. And so if we were spreading our damage, we would be effectively taking more damage unnecessarily. These low-level sites is not really important, but just something easy to talk about and make you aware of before whoever's watching this goes out and runs it on its own and runs it to higher tiers and wonder what they did wrong. Alright, we saw that Seth selected the next target, so we're going to fire on his target here. I want to take the loot can, I'm going to orbit it. Yes, they are. I was bouncing inside of them a couple times, but thankfully this room is super easy and these nerds are not doing any relevant damage to us. Alright, so when the second one here dies, we'll obviously switch to the third target. I'm orbiting the loot cannon already because I'm being greedy and impatient. Seth should still be orbiting the gate at 10. Second target is down. Third target is now being fired upon there. Oh no, I'm doing it now because I'm being greedy and impatient. So normally, yeah, normally you would. The more comfortable you get running the sites, yeah, the more you run them, the more comfort level you'll gain of knowing when you can safely grab loot, and a lot of that comes down to knowing what kind of damage you're going to be looking at coming in at you, and that kind of stuff. Like, I'm not worried about one Domovic being fired at by two of us to burn me down in the time it takes me to grab the loot. So I've got the loot secured already. I'm going to hop the gate. You follow me in as soon as I fall off your grid. Room 3, we're still under the 5-minute timer. Go ahead. Yes, yeah, you can't hop the next until you clear the previous room, correct. This is a battleship room when you get here. It's a Leshak. It's a little bit out of range, so it might take you a few seconds to get to it, but it's moving pretty quick. We're in a dark site, dark bonuses speed, so they move fast, we move fast, both us and the NPCs. Once you get underneath 20 kilometers on the target, orbit the battleship at 1,000. You'll see us dive in here. We're very close to the gate, so I expect some unlucky bouncing to happen, but it's fine. We will survive. We learned on the first room here that Leshaks melt very quickly compared to the other battleship targets. This is probably the squishiest battleship of the battleship options. In a previous session, Seth and I ran into two Karens. Karen's just a shorthand name for the one of the Triglavian possible battleship spawns, and this one's down. So here I never even popped the loot table, or loot can rather. So you see this is the origin gate. You're going to hop through and escape. We ran this entire site in just under 6 minutes. Grabbing that loot can. My opinion is it makes more sense to run the next site because the big cans have the big loot potential. The ceiling, as far as I'm aware, is very low on the other ones. And it may not be, the ceiling may not be the right word, because like ceiling denotes that like, if I'm talking about exploration, I would say a level 1 relic site nullsec, you know, has a this is correct, has a ceiling of 1 ruin, which has a ceiling of 15 plates. Like, I know definitive numbers. I think those extraction nodes can drop things that are nice, but even more significantly reduced drop rate. And since the bio-adaptives, or bio-combines, already have a relatively low drop rate in the first place, going for an even significantly lower drop rate just doesn't make sense. So it's a good question because we don't want people getting distracted and wasting a lot of time. If you're in the third room and you're a completionist and you're not going for efficiency, sure, go loot that last can. It's not going to hurt you. There won't be any like harm permanently done or anything like that. But as a general practice, I would recommend people just focusing on the biocans and moving on with life. But that was a basic T1 Abyssal site, guys. If you have any questions, as always, put them in the comments down below. You'll be looking for fits, of course. Just get on our Discord, except for them. Fits change over time. Metas change over time. I'm not going to link up a fit that's going to be changing every, you know, even if it changes every 3 months or every 3 years. Who knows? But just post in the comments or come onto the Discord server, which is linked down below. Go to the EVE Online channel, the EVE channel on our Discord, and ask for the fits. If you absolutely cannot get on Discord, post in the comments down below, and we'll get in contact with you and try to help you get sorted out. But fly safe, enjoy, have fun, and we'll see you all next time.